Greetings to you all, friends and well wishers. It has been a bit long we meet like this. There's a very good message for you. Thank you very much for joining this live right away. All right, as you know, this channel is Elijah Solomon Ogbonna. The main purpose is to share the gospel both by songs and also message, as you can hear right now. All right, so this day I want to talk on the topic that says the right path to joining in 2026. The right path. Yes, there are many paths that people joining in life. So, but your ability to identify the right path to joining determines or has a long way to go in determining the success, the amount of success or the kind of result you will achieve at the end of your journey. Yes, and today I bring to you the right path. Okay, you can take a look on the book of Zechariah chapter 4 verse 6. It says that it's not by might. The last part of it says not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, said Lord of hosts. So this day I would want you to meditate over this. Is it by power that you are going to achieve your focus, your aim, your purpose in 2026, or you are going to hand everything over to God? Or are you going to use your strength, your physical strength, then to achieve it? Or are you trying to use your knowledge? Maybe you know how to think, you know how to rationalize, and you know you are so creative, and you depend holistically on your own understanding to achieve your purpose in 2026. Which of these options, or you are depending on other things, other you are believing on other gods, or you are focusing on Jesus? You are having Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, and you believe in him so seriously that he's the one to give you what you want in 2026. All right, so for me, I would like to share with you how important it is to make this particular choice I am bringing to your way right now, and that is Jesus, making him the center, making him the source, making him the very source of what you are looking for. And if that is the case, it therefore implies that there is an assignment for you. Yes, there is an assignment. If you mean that you are going to achieve your purpose through Christ, it therefore means that you have an assignment of being righteous. You should know his principle. Yes, in anything you do in life, there is a principle, there is a method through which you arrive to the end point of that particular thing you are looking for. Yes, even if you are going to school, it requires that there's a criteria, there is something that you must have at hand. For instance, if you are applying for an admission in a higher institution, in presently in any university in Nigeria, and in every university to the best of my knowledge, yes, if you must gain an admission in the university, you must have at least 5 credit in your O level, including maths and English. So now, I have a friend or someone who got admission. Yes, in this recent admission they gave, they are the people in year one now, in 100 level. So this guy did all he could. he paid. I don't know how it happened that they couldn't dictate this at the right time, so they gave him admission without him crediting mathematics. Do you get it? He had other required subjects, but he was having mathematics G7. So, and he was able to, finish the whole thing, paid acceptance fee after his name was out for admission. Then he paid acceptance fee, he paid school fees, he paid the faculty dues, he paid the magazines, he paid all the payable, both departments, faculty, and in anything. And now, when he was about starting, the thing caught him. Do you know that he even called a professor in that same school, thinking that maybe the professor was thinking that it is still the way it was in their own time when they had their own admission. So, and he was thinking it's still like that, and he started following with them. Do you know that both him, his elder one that he later called along the line, and the professor himself, they were later embarrassed. What do I mean by that? Because there's a kind of a person that when you are focusing on him, you think that in as much as this person is involved, that every result you are looking for is already achieved. So, but quite unfortunate that a professor was begging somebody in the same school where he is, where he's lecturing, and nothing was done about it. Presently, as I speak with you, the guy lost the admission. Even to get back the money he had paid for school fees, they are telling him stories. Presently, I'm talking of now as I make this video. So now, why am I bringing these instances? Even when you are applying for masters, there's a requirements that you must meet. So why do you think that heaven is anything goes? Why do you think that serving God is anything goes? Why do you think that you are going to get anything and everything you want just because you carry your body come? And because you are answering the name you are answering? How do you think that that will be possible? Sometimes when it comes to some business of life, we'll be more serious, we'll be more dedicated, we try to follow the principles in order for us to achieve the intending result. But when it comes to our business with God, your maker, the owner of the universe, the owner of the men, the leaders you see, the owner of the people that even make the law that you are trying to abide with, the positive laws, then you will follow that one strictly because you don't want to be caught as a defaulter. So, but when it comes to Christ, when it comes to God, your maker, you think that anyhow you treat him, that he's going to accept it, and you still expect good thing from him even when defaulting. We know that we are in the era of grace, but we can't continue living in sin that grace will abide. Yes, grace has its own roles to play, and you, like I told you, that you have an assignment to offer. God is not the one that will do everything, even when you are not doing your own part. Yes, your own part is that you must know the way of God. You must keep his principles, live a righteous life. Yes, abandon your old ways, the way you lived in 2025. Yes, and then follow Christ, and also do the business, a legit business that will take you to the level you are looking for. You shouldn't be idle. Bible made it categorically that the lazy man shouldn't be given food. As serious as that. So you must have something doing. It is from what you are doing that God will bless you if you follow the method of God. So in this case now, we should try to do our own part. Play your own role, and God is always there for you. He has already made us known that his thought over us, according to Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, is of good and not of evil, to give us an expected end. He knows the expected end. He knows what you are looking for at the end of the day. He knows that when you take your goods to market, that you are expecting to sell it, and from it you will eat, from it you will pay your bills, and from it you will do other needful. So he has already known those things. But when you try to downplay his own role, when you try to downplay his own principles, when you try to default intentionally, then he will leave you. He does not need your vote to be whom he is. If a president who needs your vote to come to win, probably for his second tenure, still make a law or bring out the policies that when you look at it, it will be so difficult for you, then what about God, who does not need your vote? He does not even need your opinion to be whom he is. He does not need your money. Have you ever seen God coming out boldly, physically to rob you, or to make a policy that money must be paid to him today? But if you look at what is going on in Nigeria today, you see that government has brought out a policy. They call it tax reform. And when you transact, once you make more than 800,000 naira per year, then other ones, they will be collecting 20% of your income. You see? And this is a country where many people, many graduates don't have work. And when you manage to struggle, if you die at the cost of struggling and you couldn't make it, nobody will ask of you. Nobody will ask of the source of your poverty. But when they'll be just looking for you. After you struggle and toil, push wheelbarrow and do all kinds of things to ensure you survive, and when you finally gather a little to start up a business, they will be waiting for you to pay them tax from it. Meanwhile, they are the one that's supposed to be owing you, because you have tried and went to school, you graduated, and you have been holding yourself not to default, not to go against the rules and regulations, not to go against the law. Then you did all these things and come out and they didn't give you job. And now you are struggling on your own to make it. And when you finally gather the little, then you come and pay part of it, 20% of your what you are receiving, what you are making in your personal business to them. So you see the kind of policies that men can bring out, men that still need your support to climb that post. So, but God is not like that. God, if men can behave like that and you still follow it, you see. But God now is the one that, the owner of your life. He is the one that knows how he protected you when you were still in your mother's womb. He guided you all through your difficult times and situations. And do you think that you are living because of your knowledge or wisdom? If you are living because of your knowledge and wisdom, what about the time that you were still crawling, that you don't know anything? Where you normally rush to go is where there is a danger. And they will come, maybe the one taking care of you will come and bring you back. and you'll be rushing there again. You see, all these things is because of the fact that God has given his angels charge over you. That is why you succeeded. It's not because of your knowledge. And now you are trying to claim that it is because of your knowledge, as if you have not seen young professors die, people who are well to do, both financially, academically, economically, you know, politically, and the rest of it. So you, as if you have not seen them die young. So it's not by power, it's not by strength, it's not by physical ability, it is not by physical fitness. It is only his grace that has preserved us. And I wish to bring to your knowledge today that is not by power. Yes. And if you follow this path, like I said, the path to joining in 2026, try to join in this path. It will be easier for you. It will be better. The result will be more assured. Yes, joining with God. Joining with God in 2026. It will be better for you. It will be easier for you. So that is why the book of Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 to 30 says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your soul." You see, you shall find rest unto your soul. God understands that what you are passing through is so choking, is so hard on you, is so pressing. That is why he's the one calling you to join with him in 2026, so that the load, the burden you are having on your neck will be removed. He said, "Take my yoke." How do you take the God's yoke in the first place? His own yoke, he said, his own yoke is easy and his burden is light. When God asks you to pay tithe, you see, when God asks you to pay tithe, you know, people see it as a burden also. How can I get, after making my profit, then he will now ask me to come and pay one tenth, the 10% of it, of my income, of the profit I made? Yes, it is better you pay it and then have your way cleared, because you must pay something. That is how life is programmed. You must pay. Some people who refuse to pay it in that way paid it in a harder way and in a higher percent. That is how life is. But if you are paying it, that is when you are taking his own load that is less burdensome, is light, is not going to be pressurizing you, is not going to be pressing you down like other load that might come along the line as a result of refusing to follow his own principles. Like, there could be an accident, and those money, both the part you would have used to pay tithe and the one that you would have used to do other personal needs, will be gathered together. Yet you won't be eating it with a good eyes. Rather, it will be used on your medication, and sometimes the person can buy. You see, that is how it is. And now he's telling you to come, that his own load, his own burden, his own load is very, very easy. So try to join in with God in 2026, for this is the best decision you can make. Okay, let's take it from the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6. He said, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not unto your own understanding." Lean not unto your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Trust in him with all thy heart. Lean not, do not rely on your own understanding. Do not focus on your own understanding. Man's principle, man's method of understanding can be a distraction, can be a barrier for you to access God's blessing. The way men understand things can be a barrier for you to access God's blessings, for you to access God's way, completely. Because God's method, man's method is 1 plus 1 is 2. But God's method could be 1 plus 1 is 1, or in any form like that. So that is when you talk about mysteries. Mystery is so mysterious. His own way of multiplication is so mysterious, beyond human comprehension. So, but now when you take the human principle is full of I am paid 50,000 naira every month. So if 50,000 naira is paid and probably you work for 24 years, so how is that money, how will I be saving that money to be able to build house and buy and get my own portion of land? You see, some of these things, you do your calculation, but God's principle, God's own way could be that he can place somebody somewhere and instruct you to go there and give so amount of money, maybe 10K to one guy. Help that person. He has been struggling and toiling. Do you get it? As a result of giving that money, you can rescue that person who is in trouble, who is in danger, who is in problem. Then after rescuing that person, the person in turn, after recovering, he can be favored, and from there you wouldn't know that he has a connection, or one thing lead to another. He will connect to a higher authority or something better. From there you'll be called upon, or probably the person, somebody else may be passing by and see you while doing that thing and decide. So I'm just giving you the sketch, the way God can work, which varies from your own method, that made him to advise you in this Proverbs chapter 3 from verse 5, that you shouldn't lean onto your own understanding. For human understanding sometimes contradicts God's method of blessings to his people. Which, if you rely on your own method of understanding, you will lose whatever God has in store for you. Do you get it? So that is why he said, lean not unto your own understanding, in all thy ways, in all your ways, acknowledge him. Make sure that God is involved in whatever you do in 2026. Make sure that God is carried along in whatever transaction you do in 2026. Make sure that God is carried along in whatever business you do, your relationship, every activities. Always be vigilant. Always know, have the sense that God is present, and he is always at alert, to fight for you. If you are doing his will, keep his principles. It helps, and God will bless you immeasurably in this 2026. In Jesus' name, amen.